I literally locked myself in a room until I made my first $100,000. And I'm going to give you the raw, brutal truth of being an entrepreneur. It's not about the flashy Rolexes or the fast cars you see online. It's none of that bullshit, I promise you. It's excruciatingly painful and it takes a long time. Whereas most people are just selling you a dream, a get rich quick scheme. It's not that simple. And I'm going to share everything in this video. I'm going to share how I did it and how you can literally copy me. And the reason I'm going to be giving everything away, because if you do actually watch this video, you'll be like, holy shit, he's just giving away his entire strategy. And the reason I'm able to do that is because I know 95% of you watching this aren't even going to watch this video. And even if you do watch this video, 95% of you aren't actually going to implement the strategies I tell you. So yeah, I mean, it's up to you at the end of the day. It's your life. But let's get into this. I wanted this video to be more like a story time of the mistakes I've made so you can just completely avoid them, and all the things I've learned so you can basically just skip 2 years and get to the exact same offer with the exact same product, how I get clients. I'm just going to give you everything, how to find clients. And yeah, so for those OG people who have been watching my channel for a long time, you'll know that about a year ago I used to run a done for you appointment setting agency for coaches. And how it would work is I would find virtual assistants in the Philippines, I would train them, I would give them my proof of concepts, the tracking sheets, and I'd basically just give them to coaches and I would sell them on a retainer. And I scaled it to 20 clients. So on paper, it looks like I had the perfect business. I was making 15 to 20K a month. I was a teenager. It looked great. However, it was the worst thing ever. I literally used to wake up every single day depressed. I did not want to wake up in the morning. And I didn't even want to make any more money because I knew that the stress of getting more clients would outweigh the pros of making more money. And I was in the wrong vehicle. Like, I literally had a virtual assistant to pay, who had my bank details, to pay the other virtual assistants. And then those virtual assistants would manage more virtual assistants. It was just the most chaotic thing I've ever experienced in my life. Like, it was awful. However, I would say the only benefits to it was it's allowed me to develop skills that have put me into this position now. So my first lesson to you is that what you're doing right now is going to be temporary. The outreach you have to do, it won't always be like that. You'll get to a point where you'll be like me and you'll have a brand, you'll have leverage, you'll have people who want to work with you instead of the other way around. So yeah, that's my first lesson, is that the pain is going to be temporary. So whether it's cold calling, whether you don't want to do today, you only have to do that for a few more months. And once you get to 5K a month, 10K a month, assuming you're in the right vehicle and assuming you actually watch this video, because I mean, it's going to save you like 2 years of your life. I just don't want you to make the same mistakes I did, basically. And the whole reason I wanted to start an online business, just like you, is for freedom. However, I quickly became a slave to my clients, and the virtual assistants just weren't showing up to work. They weren't tracking their metrics. They would literally tell me that they couldn't work after the day had finished. Like, think about how crazy that is. Most people, you're meant to like tell your boss before work that you can't come in because you're ill or maybe the internet shut out. However, they would just completely ghost me, which wouldn't affect me. It would affect my clients' results. So yeah, it was just awful. But anyway, I decided to shut that down one day, and I decided to now build a business around the life I wanted, not the other way around. So what that looked like, and I'll tell you what I want in life. I wanted time, location, and financial freedom. I wanted to wake up each day actually loving the work and having a purpose, having a why. I wanted to be rich in all areas of life, not just money, but also fitness, health, relationships, everything. I wanted to provide huge impact, get great results, and change lives. And I want to provide for those around me, basically. So you probably want the same things or very similar things. It's probably not money, although you want to make 10K a month. If you actually look at the core human desires, you probably want status, power, to be heard. You probably want freedom, to provide for those around you. So that is actually what you want, not money. So I basically then, after I shut that virtual assistant agency down, which was a big decision because I was making 5 figures a month with it. I literally pivoted I obviously stayed in the same niche because I know coaches very well. And I wanted to stick with appointment setting because, once again, I knew appointment setting very well. My understanding of the psyche when it comes to understanding prospects and why people book appointments is very good. I've got at that point, my VAs had sent hundreds of thousands of DMs. So I had data around what the best script was, what the best opener was, because we would send outbound and inbound. So whenever the coach got a new follower or whenever someone engaged with their content, the virtual assistant would start a conversation and we'd basically optimize for conversations. And that's why I was able to get coaches who didn't have that many followers, a few thousand followers, to be able to hit such good months, was because we optimized for conversations. Likewise with me, I don't have hundreds of thousands of followers, yet I'm able to make a lot of money, or significantly, in my opinion. And it's the same reason why, I don't know, TikTokers with 1 million followers can't even make 10K a month. It's because they don't understand how to build funnels. They don't understand how to optimize for conversations, and they don't understand actual marketing. So I was very good at what I did, and I basically pivoted towards an AI appointment setting offer. So instead of the virtual assistants, in which they were just they were very unreliable. That's the best way I could put it. So I then basically just started and this was about 8 months ago, I'd say 8 months ago, I pivoted towards an AI offer, and that is when everything just completely changed. And it was so much better because I didn't have to manage people, and the AI obviously responds 10 times quicker than the virtual assistants can. It works 24/7. It doesn't take breaks or whatever. And the moment I realized how powerful this was when I took a coach from actually I put the screenshot here. So this was actually a few months ago. I took a coach from 30K to about 50K just from placing one AI setter into their business, crazy. And that was in a 30-day period. And I was like, holy shit, this is actually a insanely valuable service. And yeah, then it became a lot easier. However, I wasn't fully satisfied because I still had to take sales calls. I still had to deliver a service, set up the bot. And although it's 10 times better than a regular SMMA or an ads agency, and I'll tell you why in a second, I still wanted more leverage in my life. And that has allowed me to arrive at this model right here. And I'm going to give it away. And I just want to be fully transparent. This isn't the only thing I do. I have got a SaaS. It's an Instagram DM software. I still run the thing for coaches. I still work with 6, 7 figure, 8 coaches with AI and in helping them on the back end with funnel optimization and courses and things like that. So yeah, I've worked with some of the biggest coaches in the entire space. You think of some names, I've probably worked with them. So I still do that, but this is honestly a really good offer that I'm pushing at the moment, and the amount of leverage it's got is actually crazy. And I'm going to tell you how I get clients for it, why I'm doing it, and why it's the best. And you just need to listen to this. So it's essentially a done for you and done with you low ticket AI infrastructure / systems for coaches, agencies, and B2B companies. So my thought process, because it's really important you understand my thought process and not me just telling you to do something. I want to explain why. Whereas most people just tell you to do this, but they don't actually explain the reasoning behind it. So I actually want to go deeper, below the surface level, and explain why I'm doing this. So I realized that there's a gap in the market, and I wanted to work with agencies. I still work with coaches and B2B companies. However, agencies is probably 60 to 70% of the people that buy this. And what I realized was that the total addressable market, so when you're thinking about pricing and how to price, whether it's AI solutions or an AI offer or just a regular offer, it doesn't matter. You need to think about the TAM, total addressable market, and the purchasing power of the market. So what I mean by that is, let's take agencies, for example. There's millions of agency owners. Thanks to Iman Gadzi and people pushing the agency model. But the problem is they have low purchasing power. They're not able to spend $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 like the coaches I work with are. So it makes sense to go with a low ticket offer for this. And let me just check my MacBook's not going to run out of battery. That would be a tragedy. But essentially, I went with an $85 a month recurring rev, and I'll explain why I'm able to sell this so easily. And it comes down to basically just inimitability. So having something that's hard to replicate. For example, you can't go into an Apple store and say to the sales assistant in the Apple store, oh, I don't want to buy an iPhone, I'm going to go build one in my garage at home. Like, you just can't do that. It's impossible. You don't have the skills. So my goal of creating an AI service or an AI product was that I wanted to create something that no one else has. And I'm the literal only person, I think, in the entire world that is doing this right now, which is crazy. So, and I'll explain what it is in a second. And another reason why, like, a done with you and a done for you, like, AI infrastructure offer, where you're basically just giving people AI systems done for you. The reason why it's so good is because it's a very sticky service that clients actually need. So placing AI into businesses makes it a core element of their client acquisition process. So they need to keep it. What I mean by that is, let's say I give you an AI appointment setter and you start running ads on that. You have to obviously keep the AI because it's going to be a lot hard. I mean, it's not harder, but it's just like, why would you stop paying me to then pay like a virtual assistant or an appointment setter or like it just doesn't make sense because it's a lot cheaper, it's a lot faster. So it's literally like a piece in their business now that they need to keep. So the lifetime value, you're able to keep clients for like 6 months, a year, 2 years. It's insane. So most agencies, including my old one, the virtual assistant one, was churning hard. So churn is like the rate in which you lose clients. And I think like most ads agencies, they churn at like 50%. So they lose a client every other month. Think about how insane that is. Like, it's impossible to build an actual business when you're churning that hard. So I knew I needed to create something a lot better with a lot higher LTV. And also, I didn't want to take any sales calls. I'm insane at sales. Don't get me wrong. Like, I can hop on a call. I'm introverted, but I have like extroverted traits as well. I mean, I've just sort of taught myself to be extroverted. But I've probably taken, at this stage, over the last year, I've probably taken about 1,500 sales calls. Think about how insane that is. I've probably taken, 1,500 sales calls. That's crazy. And I've got nothing wrong with it. I can hop on calls and close like at a 25-30% closing rate, easy. I'm good at it, but I just didn't want to sit on calls all day. And I also didn't want to deliver a done for you high ticket offer anymore. I still do it occasionally, but not as much. And I've been through the fire of taking the sales calls, delivering a done for you, scaling my VA agency. I've done that. I'm past that. So this is honestly what you need to be doing. So essentially, for those that don't know, I have a school, and in that school I give AI systems. But I'm the only person pretty much in the entire world that's able to do it because of how unique it is. Like, think about it, more and more agency owners are getting into the agency space every single day. So why would I try and battle with people? I'm quite big in the coaching space. Like, a lot of people know who I am. So that gives me the ability to work with 6, 7 figure, 8 coaches. Like, I've worked with coaches doing over 10 mil a year, and it's amazing. They're like the best clients to work with, and they're not fussy at all when it comes to like pricing. It's always funny because it's always the low ticket, like $500 clients that are always the most annoying compared to like the people that wire me like 5K, 10K. It's way better. But that's a story for another day. Going back to this one, sorry, there was just someone like looking at never mind. Basically, what I'm trying to say is an AI infrastructure offer is the most scalable by far. And if I was starting out, I would do a mid to high ticket offer. And the reason for that is you probably don't have a personal brand like I do yet. So it just makes sense to become a lot better at sales, in which you can sell like a 2K setup fee and then a $750 a month retainer. And you basically build the AI appointment setter or the AI caller and then just place it into their business, rather than like doing a low ticket, because low ticket's amazing. Like, don't get me wrong, but you need to have the audience. Like it's like, yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory, but I would personally go with a mid to high ticket and then build your brand constantly. And then eventually you'll be the point where I am, where I can just put a video out and make like a decent amount of money. So now I wanted to talk about a funnel. And the reason it took me so long to get to this point was I was copying everyone else's offer. So for those, once again, the OGs of my channel, I appreciate you if you're still watching. You'll know that I went 6 months in my initial journey, and I literally didn't sign a client for 6 months. And the reason for that is I had the exact same outreach script, I had the exact same offer, I had the exact same sales process. Of course I wasn't able to scale. I was doing what everyone else was. So it's really important you stop doing what people tell you to do and just literally copy them. So if you see people making YouTube videos and making a lot of money, why are you gonna, I see this so commonly, like people are telling you to do things that they aren't doing. Like, it does not make any sense at all. Like, I'm making a YouTube video right now because with one click of a button, this takes me like 20 minutes to record and I can reach thousands of people. Make YouTube videos. And this is what I'm going to get into right now. If you're selling AI services, whether it's AI appointment setters, AI cold callers, doesn't matter, AI chatbots, position yourself as an authority in the market. The reason I'm able to do this so successfully is because I'm able to make content about what I do and people naturally come to me. Success is not about chasing people. It's about attracting the right clients. So let me just check so we've got 6%. I'll try and be quick. And my funnel is YouTube long form at the top. And the reason I have YouTube long form at the top of my funnel is because it allows me to skip a layer. So at a funnel, you've got like unaware, so people who aren't aware that they have a problem. Then you've got problem aware. Then you've got solution aware. Then you've got brand aware. And then you've got fully aware. Fully aware is where they buy, and unaware is where they just don't understand that they have a problem. Whereas on YouTube, like you watching this, you're only on YouTube for entertainment or education. So I'm immediately going to skip to the people who have a problem, which is why you're watching this video probably. So it allows me to get like my ideal clients who are agency owners and coaches now. And that traffic goes to my Instagram, and my Instagram acts as like a landing page. Like if you think about it, all the people who I've worked with who are doing like millions a year, hundreds of thousands a month, they all use their Instagram personal brand as the middle of the funnel where they get nurtured. So for example, people watch my YouTube, they then go to my Instagram, they click on my results, and you can check them out. I've literally helped hundreds of people get clients, scale, and become free. So it acts as like a VSL basically. And then people land on my profile, they DM me this word grow because I've got a free lead magnet. I then basically collect information, which is a lead magnet. It's a 10-hour free course. You can check it out if you want. Full transparency. I do try to provide as much value as I can in my emails, which is really good because you always want to provide value. And then I basically just push you towards my products. Full transparency, that's what I do. And then they also, see my things here, my stories, which is where people convert. So that's more the bottom of the funnel, convert via DMs. And then the product is essentially AI systems for agency owners, coaches, and B2B companies. So no one else is really doing this. No one is giving other people free, unlimited go high level software. No one's giving done for you automations, AI appointment booking bots to agencies or coaches, because you've got to understand that I've been through the fire of providing a done for you appointment setting agency. I know how to build AI systems and softwares. So that's why I'm able to do this, because my skill level is high and not many people are able to keep up with that. So that is essentially how it works. And if you want to check it out, you can do it. But that's not the point of this video. I was not going to even like show this, but obviously I had to because you wouldn't understand what I'm selling. And this is just about one of the 3 businesses I'm running at the moment. I do have a high ticket done for you one still. However, this is like the most scalable by far because there's not much I actually have to do. And yeah, like the key lessons, right, was the reason it took me like 6 months to sign my first client was because I had the exact same offer. I was using the exact same outreach scripts, and instead of doing what the actual people on YouTube were doing, I was just listening to them. So stop consuming and start creating. Like, if that means you don't watch my YouTube anymore, I don't care. I'd rather you start creating YouTube videos and build a personal brand and position yourself as the authority to attract clients than to watch my videos, 100%. I actually care about impact. So yeah, I mean, that is essentially everything. Make sure to actually write down the things you want in life. Not only will that mean it'll be more likely to actually happen, it will also just allow you to have clarity. And a really good book to read is Arnold, I think Total Recall. It's a really amazing book. And he talked about how he used to write down his goals so vividly to the point where it felt like he already achieved them. And that's that goes with the law of assumption, which is like, if you've read the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, you probably know what that is. It's just great. Yeah, I highly recommend writing down your goals and what you want and then building a business around that. But yeah, I mean, it may seem like I'm young. I turned 20 like 2 weeks ago. And it may seem like I've got my shit together and it's overnight, everything just clicked. But I promise you, like, I've been doing this years. And there were times where, like, I mean, yeah, it took me 6 months just to see any money online. And I think it was because I stuck with one thing, which is another really important thing. Don't switch business models. Don't be the guy that has shiny object syndrome who always has to try a new business model. You'll fail. And if you can stick at something for 2 years and just provide value to the market, because you don't get paid for your time. You get paid for the amount of value you're providing to a marketplace. So if you can just do that for like a year, 2 years, 3 years, then you're going to succeed. And if you're still watching this now, then you're probably going to do very well because you've made it to the end of the video. Your attention span isn't completely messed up. So I congratulate you if you've actually made it and watching this right now and you haven't just skipped to the end of the video. But yeah, I mean, the key takeaways is patience, stick to one thing. Don't do what everyone else is doing. Do the opposite. If everyone's telling you to do, I don't know, LinkedIn outreach, don't do that. And yeah, I mean, leverage trends as well, like AI. Like it's amazing. The mistakes I made, make sure you learn from them in terms of like having a done for you agency. Yes, I was making a decent amount of money, but it absolutely sucked and it was totally not worth it. And yeah, it's not as easy as everyone makes it out to be. So hopefully this video, and I didn't want to make this video to scare people and make you think that it's like impossible, because it is very much possible. It just takes a lot longer than people tell you it takes to make money online. And it can be easy to compare yourself to others, and you see people younger than you making a lot more money than you, and just don't do that. Like, be on your own journey and you're going to do very well. So yeah, if you made it to this point in the video, just like and subscribe. I'm going to be dropping more videos in the future, so I don't want you to miss them. So definitely subscribe, and yeah, I'll catch you in the next video. Check out more of my videos here and have an amazing day.